Okay, so before we get into our back day, we're going to do some pull-ups, warm-up, slow some activations, get the scapula firing, get the small muscles like your shoulders warmed up as well. I'll do some shoulder shrugs as well, activations on the bar, and get it firing.
Just thought I'd add a quick comment just to say I did some warm-up sets before this, but I don't usually do these at the start of my session. I usually add them in as a finisher, but I thought I'd add them in at the start. So it's just a cable low row, trying to warm up the lats and a bit of mid-back as well. You know, I'm trying to get a bit of activation there as well.
For this particular row and movement, I'm not too concerned about controlling the weight. I'm also trying to move the weight about and feel the contraction in the lat. I think it's important to just get that mind to muscle connection rather than focusing on going slow and control sometimes. If you move in heavy weight, you're going to get stronger, or if you're aiming to get bigger, obviously in the hypertrophy rep range, then you're going to get bigger. Put the weight up for this next set because it felt quite comfortable for the last one. One thing I have noticed after doing these single arm variations is that I got a bit of a weakness in my left side compared to the right. And I think sometimes it's good to switch in your training up the single arm movements, because then you can also notice these glaring weaknesses in your strength. And then it's important to obviously look at them, fix them if need be, or try to balance them out as best you can. You know, in sports, it is important to be as balanced as possible, not just for performance, for injury prevention as well. And in other sports like bodybuilding, obviously you need to make sure they're as symmetrical as possible, because that's what you're getting scored on stage. So I think it's important to keep the body balanced, more so longevity than anything. Get a couple more sets of this in, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. I can see a big difference in the strength as the sets move on. So that's something to definitely take into consideration. I might, for the next set, I might actually take some weight off, or actually I'll do left side first, and I'll match the reps on the right side, just to give the other side of the body some time to catch up. It's an easy way to build balance, you know, without, because otherwise your right side is going to continue, or your left side, whichever dominant side you are, whichever side's the dominant side will obviously get stronger, so you need to make sure that you're leveling that out in your training. It's good to distinguish as well your dominant hand, or your dominant limb rather, is not always the same as your preferred. So you might be right-handed generally, you might have a dominant left side, and in a sports setting obviously that applies as well. So just because you might kick with your right leg in football or in martial arts, for example, that doesn't mean that's your dominant leg. The dominant leg could actually be your left leg, because that's the weight bearing leg. For example, when you stand and then kick, the weight is being transferred to the opposite leg. So I think it's important to always have a sport specific context and understanding how your muscles are playing part in that. And even in something simple as a rowing movement in the gym, I think it's important to look at that. Match the reps on the opposite side, so I'll do my weak side first and then match it with the right, just to not give the right side too much stimulus, and see how that feels. One more heavy set of this, and then I'm going to go on a wide black pull down and do a bit of a like the weight, and just get a bit of a pump. I have a little bit, yeah, a little bit, yeah. That definitely took it out to me. I was pretty brutal. I'm going to lower the weight now and fill my muscle up with some blood. As much as I do the strength-based repetitions, I'm trying to get stronger, not trying to get bigger. I do enjoy the feeling of filling my muscle up with blood at the end of a session. Yeah. I feel like you get a better delivery of nutrients, food that you're eating, so obviously to recover and adapt.
But he wasn't liquid at technical, he could do that.
I'm still like I'm Tommy Aldridge.
This another level again, drum
I'm starting to give up at the end of that set. I do resist the urge to get straps because I feel like if I can't hold the weight in my training, it's not really applicable in a sports set, especially because I'm a climber. I like to apply my quite strong forearms, but when you're doing so much volume in a training session, especially on the back day, I feel like your forearms tend to get a bit pumped. So yeah, it can be a limiting factor. It's on the cusp of being a limiting factor for me, but it's not quite. So I'll continue to do it, but eventually I might have to get some more straps because I chucked up my old ones. So So end of the back session, I'm going to do some pull-ups, fill the muscles up with some blood, just to finish off the back day. I'll probably do some quite dynamic pull-ups and just get them done. Pretty sure this is going to be a good forearms looking pretty full. From the front, lats are looking pretty nuts. I'll show it up on the camera, but looks pretty good to me. Oh my God, look at the shoulder. Happy with that pump. Good back session. Overall, really good. We'll be filming more videos here. Got a membership here, along with some other gyms as well. Yeah, pretty psyched. Check the biceps. So I might now go finish off with some bicep, just to get an extra pump. But I thought we'd check the pump now. On my back is looking pretty full. Yeah, pretty happy last session. Yeah, good.